What's this?
What is what? He asked you a question. What is that?
We come in peace. We come in peace. We come.
He says it is a government psyop and we should destroy it.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. We have been reporting on the drones hovering over New Jersey for weeks now. We've brought you all the physical evidence and the videos, and we've surfaced every theory that we thought was viable about what these drones are doing and why. Ladies and gentlemen, our concern has been turned into worry and actual fear now. And the reason for that is twofold. One, all of the professional liars inside of our government establishment and bureaucracy are now acknowledging that these drones are here, that they are operating them, and that they're doing it for your safety. Everyone from Alejandro Mayorkas to the Pentagon to now CIA spooks are coming out saying that it's a classified exercise. Ladies and gentlemen, former CIA officers don't go on Fox News and give unauthorized opinions like this. She's being told to go out and say that the U.S. is testing detection technology. Oh, okay. Got it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a CEO of a military drone manufacturer here in America, in Wichita, Kansas, where an enormous amount of the aerospace engineering goes on in this country, has broken his silence. He's the CEO of Saxon Aerospace. His name is John Ferguson. And he's up with a video that he recorded explaining exactly what he believes is happening on the eastern seaboard and what these drones are doing. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Jones and Joe Rogan have shared this video, and it is horrifying what the man tells us. And we've checked, this guy is real. He's not faking his identity or what he does for a living. He does manufacture drones. He does sell them to the United States military. He is an expert on this subject. Joe Rogan saying, this is the first video about drones that got me genuinely concerned. Alex Jones saying, I confirm with my sources that this is indeed the purpose and the reason these drones are swarming the New Jersey and New York area. There's a lot more to it. I'm headed to the office report released today. All right, so what does this man say? Let's take him at his word, and let's go.
Hey everyone, my name is John Ferguson. I'm the CEO of Saxon Aerospace here in Wichita, Kansas. I'm not normally a TikTok kind of a guy. I like watching this stuff every once in a while. But I'm a manufacturer of unmanned aircraft, military grade unmanned aircraft, as you can see one of my systems here. There's all of these mysterious drones going on off the East Coast, and as a professional, as a subject matter expert, I wanted to give you all my opinion on what I think could be going on with these drones. I don't particularly believe that these have a nefarious intent. I could be wrong, but I want to give you the truth and what I believe. It's my own opinion, and I've not bounced this off of anybody, so, you know, if you think it's bullshit, whatever, that's cool. You know, I don't want to spread misinformation, as we know that there's a lot of that going around. But anyway, back in the 1980s, Ronald Reagan had dismantled the nuclear program, and there were, with Russia, there were countless nuclear missiles that were disarmed and disposed of. Well, there were over 80, I believe. There were over 80 nuclear warheads that were in Ukraine that came up missing. Okay, we don't know where they are. Maybe somebody does, but nobody really knows where these are. And I speak with some pretty high-level government officials on this stuff, and it seems as though that is the case. So I spoke to a gentleman a few months ago who was trying to raise an alarm to the highest levels of our government, which they had their ears closed, about this one particular nuclear warhead that he physically put his hands on. He physically touched this warhead that was left over from Ukraine. And he knew that thing was headed towards the United States. Okay? That is a very serious deal. And everyone knows that the United States government, this administration, is pushing to get into a war with Russia. We all know that. We all feel it. We all see it. Okay? Well, back up a few years. Do y'all remember when those drones were mysteriously flying across the Interstate 70 corridor from Colorado up into Nebraska, down here into Kansas, and out into Missouri? Well, it was believed that those drones were looking for radioactive material because there had been some material that come up missing here in the United States, and they felt like it was high probability that the nuclear or the radioactive material would be taken along the Interstate 70 corridor heading east or west or south. So from what we understand, they were out there trying to find this radioactive material. Now, drones, they have no reason to be in the air at night unless you're doing some type of ISR work, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, looking for bad guys, or looking for a victim, a search and rescue victim, or law enforcement, or some type of military project, right? There's no reason for a drone to be flying at night, really, okay? Because they don't see shit. So, unless you have thermal optics, drones really don't see stuff. You need to do mapping during the day. If you're going to do farming stuff, mostly do it during the day. The only reason why you would ever fly an aircraft, an unmanned aircraft at night, is if you're looking for something, whether it be a person or trying to smell gas. We have methane gas detection systems that can detect gas leaks in pipelines. You really wouldn't use thermal optics for trying to find gas leaks, just simply because the only way you're actually going to find a gas leak with thermal optics is if the gas leak is aggressive enough that it has a difference in temperature. Because thermal imaging, it creates a digital image based off of the temperature variance. So whatever is different in temperature, it creates an image. Usually gas leaks so slow that it goes quickly into ambient before you can even see it. So we have special sensors that can detect gas leaks. We also have special sensors that can detect radioactive material. So with this gentleman that I had spoken with, who was trying to raise the alarm to try to get somebody in the government to say, hey, we need to work together to go try to find this nuclear warhead, none of that ever happened. They knew that warhead was on its way to the United States. That's all that ever came of it. Nothing ever happened. This government did not do anything at all to help this gentleman raise the alarm and raise awareness that there is a very deadly weapon on its way to the United States. It's out there. Nobody knows where it's at now. It left Europe. Now it's gone. So my own guess, is that these drones are not nefarious in intent. If they are, they are, but I doubt it. But if they are drones, the only reason why they would be flying and flying that low is because they're trying to smell something on the ground. That's it. There's no other reason for a drone to be flying in the air other than to piss a bunch of people off at night. That's it. So, my belief is they're trying to smell something on the ground. Gas leaks, radioactive material, whatever. So, and do I think that they're coming up out of the ocean? No, I don't think so. Drones that are multi-copter type drones, not the fixed wing aircraft that look like regular airplanes, but the multi-copters, they only have so much battery life They have hybrid versions that are gas powered with electric, but those can still only fly for a short period of time. There's no way in hell that any drone is going to go miles off the coast as a multicopter and fly into the interior of the United States and do a bunch of work and then turn around and fly back. It's just physics will not allow that to happen. So these drones, I believe, are launched from a location that nobody knows, but I do believe that they're flying low enough that they're just trying to sniff the ground and try to find something. So again, I hate to be a pessimist or a guy that thinks, directly to the negative. However, I know as a professional, I mean, we build professional stuff for the military. I believe that they're actually out there trying to smell something that's very important. So anyway, let me know what you think of this video. I'm not trying to gaslight. I'm not trying to scare people. I'm just trying to let people know that this is a serious deal. It's only serious for what the potential could be, or for what the potential is. There's a lot of them out there. They're flying all over. They're flying low. They're flying at night. There's no reason for it other than to smell something. So anyway, God bless. I hope you all have a wonderful Merry Christmas, and let me know what you think of the video. Thank you.
So that's horrifying and critically alarming. It explains everything. It explains why our government is acknowledging that these drones are real and doing nothing about it. It explains why people like Alejandro Mayorkas, who's made a career lying to the American people, are saying that there's no reason for concern. It explains why these drones are clustering around certain areas, flying at night and around military bases. They're probably being launched from those military bases. It explains why there have been 0 drone shootdowns, 0. It explains why when a drone crashed in New Jersey, the wreckage was cleaned up just like that. The FBI were the first ones on the scene, and guess what they found? Nothing. It explains everything. Mystery solved. Radiation spikes in New Jersey and New York metro area detected amid drone sightings. There have been significant radiation spikes detected in the New York and New Jersey metro area amid a spate of mysterious drone sightings. The one theory that has been floated by subject matter expert John Ferguson is the fact that these drones are sniffing for radiation from what may well be a dirty bomb or a nuclear bomb. And here's what happened. When the government of the United USSR collapsed, Ukraine was a nuclear state. Ukraine had nuclear weapons, and Ukraine wasn't allowed to keep those nuclear weapons. Ukraine had to give them up. This is in the early 90s, after the Soviet Union collapse. As has been detailed in many, many movies about the period, it was a free-for-all. Lord of War is a good example. It's a free-for-all for munitions and arms and nuclear weapons around the world. Could a terrorist organ, entity, radical splinter of some organization have bought and kept a nuclear weapon for a moment just like this? From that chaos in the aftermath? Yes, absolutely. The answer is yes. And that probably is what's happening here. Drone over America. Who's flying these things? Mysterious drones are buzzing over New Jersey and Maryland. Nobody seems to know why. But what's amazing is that the people who do know exactly why they're being flown, like senators and members of Trump's national security team, are all saying the government needs more transparency in what's going on, and that there are gaps in authorities between departments. They're not saying it's not real. They're not saying it's not happening. They're saying it's happening for a reason, and it's scaring the crap out of the American public, and it's time to let them know why. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a horrifying horrifying update to this story. Are we about to see the first false flag from the deep state in the Trump era? Are we about to see the most horrific attack on an American city or population in our lifetime as a predicate for forever war and war with Russia? God help us, truly. God help us. God help us. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.